What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode 7 of Guardians of the Galaverse. I've got Shadow and Khaos with me as usual. This week's been a pretty interesting week with quite a few things launching and a few announcements. So let's not beat around the bush and we'll just jump straight into it. Switch over to just chatting and go straight over to Ahead of the Games post. So Ahead of the Game happened 2 days ago. It happens every Thursday night if you're in the UK time, or like Thursday midday if you're in America. And it was a fairly short post because Bitbender couldn't make it, so it was hosted just by Anita. So we have a bunch of announcements to go through. The first one is Anita is giving away 4 shirts with the Gala icon and a different design on it. To enter, you just have to enter the secret word in the Discord channel. To find the secret word, just watch the Ahead of the Game episode. It's in the first 5 minutes. I didn't include it here because when I did in the previous Ahead of the Game, when they had the community event, they asked for me to remove it. Well, they didn't ask, they said it in YouTube chat. You had to find it yourself and then input it, like don't share it publicly. So just continuing that, I don't have it here, but it's in the first 5 minutes. Next up, Gala Swap is now available and open to the public. You can get started at galaswap.gala.com. So if you quickly click on that, it takes you to this website, which is called Gala Swap. And basically this is like an order book system. There's no liquidity pools per se. You basically say, I'm offering Gala, and then what you want. So say you want Materium, and then select a quantity that you want, and then you press search, and then deals will come up, but you have to log in to see the order book or what is available. If we quickly go over to the tab right here, there we go. So Gala Swap marks a significant leap forward towards open source innovation and decentralized community ownership. With several tokens to trade in the first version, we are inviting you to be part of an ecosystem where technology meets the community at every turn. And this basically means most of the tokens on Gala chain are available on Gala Swap, and all the new tokens that will be coming to Gala chain should eventually be coming to Gala Swap. You can quickly see some other tokens that were added to your inventory. If you go to like the Gala website and go to inventory, you can see down here we've got wrapped ether, we've got GWETH, so that is on Gala chain. As you can see here, the icon represents where it's on. This is on Ethereum, this is on Gala chain. We have the Bitcoin, USDC, USDT, and they're slowly adding the majority of the high market cap coins to make sure Gala chain and Gala Swap become one of the main players. Next, have you guys used Gala Swap, or have you?
No, not yet. I've got a real small amount of Materium that I was just thinking about just swapping over. But no, I've not used it yet. I can see from the burn channel that it is getting a lot of use, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's getting a major amount of use. That's why I think quite a lot of people watching it, and that's why Gala's been doing pretty well today. If you guys have noticed, it's been doing
that stuff.
Well, what's that? What's that?
What is that stuff?
I had a quick look at it. Like, I was kind of confused because I thought it was going to be like a decentralized exchange. So I was like looking for ways to just swap straight out of like other coin into like USDC. And I was just like, bro, I'm confused. I just don't get it. But then when Smiling told me, it's like an order book, you just gotta say, yo, I'm willing to swap this amount of Gala for this amount of token. I was like, all right, cool. But then they did say as they progress, then they will start to liquidity pools and taking. So that'd be really cool that grow and develop.
And they said this is like V0, didn't they? Really, technically, and then they've already like listed out what V1, V2, and V3 is going to look like. So big things planned for it.
Yeah, I think so. In the blueprint, in the Gala blueprint, they say this is like the first version, and then other versions will be coming soon with additional features and all these other things. I guess you can find more info in Discord or in the Gala chain channel in Gala's Discord. If you're interested to learn more about Gala Swap, make sure you head over to there. Next up, we have a Go Gala Games film announcement, which was the Razor trailer that they have released for the public, and Razor will be premiering in April. So next month, one of the first Go Gala films will be going live, and you'll be able to see it, I believe, for free, because when I was listening into the Gala Games AMA, they did say the platform will be free, and like all the other gimmicks will be the other side, like the Web3 side. They want to make sure everything is available and up and running for free. So look forward to that. You can find the trailer on YouTube, or if you click on Go Gala Films on Twitter or X, I'm pretty sure it's pinned on one of the recent posts. Next up, Common Ground World. Next week's competition will be apple cider. The crafting recipe was revealed. There will also be an NFT sale for the Masterful Distillery. I don't think none of us play Common Ground World. If you want more Common Ground World news, then as always, head over to Dubstep Rod's channel. He has builds and everything related to Common Ground World. But if you do want information about the recent changes to the meta and the cash boost, as well as the star rewards boost, make sure you check the Discord announcements and the Discord changelogs text channels for all the information related to that. Excuse me. Next up, we have Echoes of Empire. There was a new patch that allows point of interest owners to patrol and defend their fleets, as well as several other game changes. For more information, you can check out the Discord or the previous posts. I believe if we quickly go over to here, so this is basically all the new features that were added by the team. You can see there was a new feature, quite a lot of quality of life and bug fixes, and several server changes. You can, as always, find these posts over on my X. I post majority of the updates, so you don't have to play the Discord minigame. But yeah, this is a huge update for Echoes of Empire, because previously when you got attacked, you were basically a sitting duck. You were just standing there waiting to get hit on, and your power would decrease. You'd lose your stardust, you'd lose your resources. There was no way to like actively defend or have a defensive fleet, but now you have the option to do something similar. They've also made it easier for the quality of life, where they've split the support ships into 3 categories. Like when you're crafting them, now when you select, there's 3 categories to select which ones you want to send to defend or patrol with your capital, or not capital fleet, the actual bigger the fleet, the big spaceship one.
How are you finding it? Because out of the 3 of us, you're the only one playing it.
It's a real passive game. It's bare bones in my opinion. It needs so much work. I don't consider it a launch state. I consider it a persistent playtest state. Like, it doesn't have guild functions. It doesn't have social party functions. It doesn't have rally points. It doesn't have like either PvE enemies, if that was meant to be a thing, like the factions that they say in the lore. Like, you know, there's like 3 clans and they explore the galaxy, and now they're wandering around the map. Currently, you can only craft the 3 factions ships and have their avatars, but there's no way to interact with those 3 factions. So basically, it needs quite a lot of features that Eternal Paradox already has, because Eternal Paradox is also a 4X strategy game, but it's set in more of a mercenary fantasy style environment, whereas Echoes of Empire is set in a more of a fantasy space environment. But yeah, it could use quite a lot of features that Eternal Paradox already has, because it's practically the same game genre, and that is what most of the games have when they do launch. It definitely needs a guild system, first of all, because I'm playing with all these people. Like, I joined the MAF and the Gala Collective for the guild for Echoes of Empire. I'm with Jem in Walking Dead. I'm with Mum in Mirandish. I like to play with different guilds in different games. But yeah, I'm playing with the Gala Collective, and there's no way to me for actually contribute to the guild growth, or like any way to defend the guild members if they're getting attacked, because there's no mechanic in game that allows me to do that. So overall, it's a good AFK passive type game, not actively playable right now. Needs a bunch of work, quality of life features. Art style is amazing. Potential is good. It has the potential to be similar to Eternal Paradox, or even better, depending on how the team progress from here. But currently, state needs a bit of work. The next one is Last Expedition. Now, we played yesterday with the devs, so there was a second play with devs at 2 p.m. Pacific yesterday, which is around 10 to 11 o'clock. Yeah, I think they normally play for an hour, so 10 to GMT to 11 GMT is normally what they play. The leaderboards also wiped yesterday. So basically what that means is you can now fight for the top 10 ranking spots if you want to. Good luck trying to get rank 1 or 2, because I believe Vince or some other crazy people play 24/7 and he's always ranked 1. But yeah, you can play Lost Expedition, rank high in the leaderboards. And the reason you're playing Lost Expedition right now is because it's a decent game and they've enabled some type of rewards, not earnings per se, but you can play the game and whatever fragments, cores, and minerals you extract with. So if you get victory extracted or victory left behind, because they're currently the same, they don't have a distinction just yet, you'll be getting those dropped to your inventory. So it is pretty fun. And yesterday I had a blast playing with G3 and playing with the devs. So it has so much potential. Let's just wait and see what the next coming updates are and how they allow us to craft things with the minerals that we're getting now. It's
definitely the best Web3 shooter. I think we should spend a little bit of time talking about it, maybe. You know, I think what they're trying to do with it is, you know, four separate teams of up to 4 members. You know, you land on a planet, you go around searching for resources, fighting some hella strong aliens, and then obviously if you come across the PvP players, it's just on, which is, I think, makes it real fun. It's a complete new genre, and one that I feel really has the ability to catch fire.
It's a PvPVE is what they're calling it. So you do PvP as well as extraction shooter. The other good one would be similar to it, would be Shrapnel, I believe, is a really good extraction shooter. What was you going to say, Khaos?
Yeah, and I was going to ask about the materials that you gather, like, and that goes to your wallet. Like, what can you use that for? Do we know like what that's used for, or what?
They haven't said what you can use it for. They've just said it will be used to craft things in the future. My guess it's going to be used to craft attachments for the guns or skins or some type of thing that's going to benefit you when you play the game. Maybe even backpacks, because when you select character, they have the option to change backpack, but currently you can't toggle which one you want to use because you're set to a default one. Maybe in the future you could play a Sebastian, but play with a assault backpack, which is like Alice's backpack, and you can craft different ones for different characters. I think it's mainly going to be attachments and skins though, because if you go to Lost Expedition, you select a gun, go to the loadout, select that gun, you see like 6 attachment slots, and I'm pretty sure it'll be like common to legendary attachments. So if you get like a common, which is +1 crit damage, or like a legendary, which would be like a +6 or 7% crit damage. Imagine you fill all of the hand cannons attachment slots with +7% crit chance or damage. That's going to be insane, crazy numbers right there. They also did release another footage. Quickly, I did release a Lost Expeditions beginner guide. So if anybody that does want to get into that, make sure to check this out. It teaches you everything you need to know about Lost Expedition to get started. And if we click over here, the team, oh, there you go. The team reposted it. Nice. So they added the cease and desist shotgun. It's finally been skinned. Before it was just like a gray model block, but now they've added it properly and you can see it skinned in game. And then this is what I want to talk about. You see this?
That looks nice.
Like, how are they dealing 986 damage? He's invisible and everything's dying. So I think there might be a new character coming that has the ability to turn invisible, or has like a one-shot kill weapon coming soon in the next coming patches. But this
may be broken.
Yeah, you know, like Khaos has like the rockets and we have the healer.
Yep.
Maybe there's one coming that just has like a one-shot 100% accuracy. I don't know how that would work against PvP, because you could obviously all 4 of you could just run that character and just as soon as you see another squad, just all do your super. Yeah,
I think it will probably be balanced for probably a knockdown or just get rid of certain damage, but we'll have to wait and see. So that is
work against PvP maybe.
Yeah, but then the ability would be useless, so then you'd just be playing a thingy character. Unless the loadout gives you this gun that does insane damage and it has like major recoil. But we'll have to wait and see. The team has been doing a lot of updates recently on Twitter or X. So basically this is a core chunk that you get. It's in your inventory when they do the distributions. And in the last leaderboard's duration, which I think was like 2 to 3 weeks, the top 10 players killed 93,000 monsters, which is mental. So yeah, the game is picking up traction.
Crazy.
Yep. And I think it has huge potential. It's also built by the people that were doing like Halo and Call of Duty and like big named shooting games. So they have a lot of masterful devs on the team that know what they're doing. And yesterday when it was me, Wookie, and one of the devs, we were talking because we got destroyed early. We had 3 ancient bomb snappers and then 1 ancient ravager just pile us. So as soon as we dropped, we kind of went, oh shit, we didn't have any bait balls to defend ourselves. So for a good like 10-15 minutes, we were just talking with the devs about, what do you think about this? And he was asking, have you seen this in different like Web3 games? And he was like taking our feedback into consideration, which was a nice thing for them to do. Because anytime a dev team interacts with the community, you know it's going to be an awesome game. Like it reminded me of Drifter Entertainment and Superior, when every couple of weeks they'd have the stream, they'd be in Discord, they'd be going back and forth. They'd sometimes implement your changes into the change logs when they did the Superior updates. So once again, Last Expedition, make sure to check it out. You can find it on lastexpedition.game. It's in pre-alpha. You have to download the exe, and when you do, make sure you link your Gala account. And if you want a beginner's guide, as always, make sure to check out the post right here. And let's move
check
back.
the video, otherwise you won't know how to get a gun and then you're just insta dead. So definitely check out Smiling's video.
Don't use the mining laser as your main source of damage. Which quite a few people have told me they've been doing for the first 2-3 times before they saw the videos. Like, bro, how are you dealing like 30 damage? My laser's only dealing 1 damage. That you haven't crafted a gun? I was like, you can craft guns? I was like, yeah, you can craft guns. But yeah.
Guilty as charged. That was me. Didn't realize I had to press select and craft a gun. Running around
not just you,
lasering everyone
Shadow.
with you two.
I've seen quite a few people say like, what? This is possible? I was like, yeah, press tab. It's inventory.
First time we played, you two had a gun, and I was like, I can't keep playing this game. I don't actually have a gun.
I remember that. That was a good time. All right, cool. Next, moving on to Champions Arena. So there is a temporary change today. The base VP is now 1K, and every additional NFT you have locked will increase your VP cap by 5K. So currently Rarity does not play into this, which I think it should, but we'll see what they do in the next couple of months. There's also a new event starting called the Infusion event, where Galagames will add another $1,000 in Gala for 1 week each day for the Champions Arena distribution pool. Also, a new Champions Arena box is going on sale. So if we go back to, I think, did it just minimize the one that I needed? There it is. So this is the information by Nephilim Hoss. The event starts Saturday, the 2nd of March, which was yesterday, and it will finish Friday, the 8th of March. So you have like 6 days, 5-6 days to play Champions Arena, do the arena, and get that VP and Gala. Also, there is currently a box that is on sale in the Gala Games store. The champions that you can pull are all the previous champions that were available in the first box, and then they've added new champions which have an increased rate. So Bjorn and Sakris are 2 epic champions that have increased rates. Then you've got all the other legendaries that they had previously, and then they have the 3 legendaries here that were in the previous boxes, but the 3 new legendaries are Desmona, Deviant Stan, and Lena. And as you can see here, only 18 boxes have sold, which is unsurprising because it's not the right time for a sale. You just had a Mystic box sale. You need to fix the game first.
How much is the box going for?
$179, I believe.
So the same price as the very first drop, and
yes,
they frustratingly have a Varnus in them. I thought that was only going to be a one-time only character.
By the looks of it, every box they add is going to have the previous one and then 2-3 new champions, based on how they're doing it here, which isn't ideal. And nobody wants rare champions right now, man. Like, people have flooded the market with the rare champions.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, don't make no sense. Like for the odds, like you have a greater odd of pulling a rare champion. You might as well just go to the secondary market and buy one at a way cheaper price than paying
Or
what
free.
$180.
Mm-hmm. Yep, true. But yeah, that is happening right now.
Yeah, the gems or with the epics and legendaries is a much better strategy. And going back to the ahead of the game post, the adjustment is going to be on March the 20th to change the rarities of VPs for champions.
Oh, there was a post that say March 20th is going to add rarities?
Yeah, when they done the announcement saying we're changing the VP cap from tomorrow and it's the 1k plus 5k for every locked NFT, they said this is only temporary until March the 20th.
I must have missed that. Let's quickly take a look right here.
Hopefully it's there, or I'm just dreaming about CA, which is worrying.
29th of 2nd February, it'll be temporary VP.
Oh, yeah, I'm right.
There you go. Mechanic is planned for March 20th. The new system will limit the number of VP earnings battles based on the number of rarity of NFT players possess. Detailed information will follow soon. So this is, as they said, temporary measure, and in like a couple of weeks we'll see the actual VP system in place, which is good to see. But if you want a breakdown of the current formula, you can read this section right here. It basically says you have 1,000 to begin with, and any extra NFT you have, you get the extra 5,000 points. What's up, C Money? Love to see the resurgence into CA. Me and Shadow play CA all the time. I'm playing it right now on the side. You just guys can't see it. It's on the screen.
Multitasking, bro. Multitasking.
I'm on like 28k VP, so yeah, I've definitely been playing today.
Yeah, I just hit 21k VP. But yes, so more information right there. Also, I am doing 2 Champions Arena giveaways, 2 rare champions, because we hit 1,000 followers. So if you want a chance to win a Champions Arena rare champion, make sure to follow these instructions to participate. This will allow you to start earning VP and get that daily gala distribution when the reset happens if you play Champions Arena. And there's currently a Bolton and a Garber being giveaway. Yes, C Money. This is the time. This is the time you can use that hashtag giveaway. All right,
that was a smooth transition, mate. That was like butter.
Yeah, there we go. Next up, we have Mirandus. So no huge updates this week from Mirandus, but Mirandus has a TikTok account, so go follow that. They will be doing a lot of short form content, a lot of updates in, I guess, short form about level design, terrain, art, all the other features that they normally do. Maybe over on TikTok. I don't really use TikTok, but I guess I should start using that.
Are you guys on TikTok? Do you guys even use TikTok?
Hell no, man. My old ass don't use no TikTok.
I might have to start because it's a good content platform. It's one of the major ones for shorts. So when I start doing more short form content, I need to upload to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, right? Because those are the major 3. But I'll check it out.
If you're a content creator, you gotta be like on all the platforms. But
yes.
When I get into that, when I start streaming and I start creating my own content, I might get on the TikTok. But for now, don't be talking in my talking.
Yeah, shorts for each like creature in LR or each champion in CA would be like a real good series of shorts.
Yep. Even explaining certain things is like, oh, you play in this tavern, what does MR mean, battle pass, how to mint an action card, like so many potential ideas that I have in a list that I just haven't made into short form videos. There's like a list of 50 shorts, Champions Arena, how to do this, how to mint a champion, how to lock a champion. I haven't made them yet.
We're old school. We ramble on for 3 hours. That's how you got to dig down.
That's how you get your news. And speaking of Legends Reborn, the next announcement is a huge announcement.
Yeah.
The date is finally announced. March 11th, users will be able to earn Tolk if they have venues or cards. Now, if we quickly move over to this post right here. So here it is, the long-awaited on Monday, the March 11th, 2024, the Realm of Tolkien. I think
easily the best news of 2024 so far.
There you go. It's your turn to talk for 20 minutes. Off you go, guy.
On Chaos, you go, man. I always just lose my mind as soon as we start talking and just run with it. So
What can I say, bro? Like, I'm hoping it's a full launch because everywhere we read, it's saying like full launch on Monday 11th, and then we go on ahead of the game, and then Anita says it's a play test, so I'm still confused on what it is. Hoping it's a full launch, but no, again, been waiting so long, like months. Was it been like nearly 10 months, 11 months? I can't wait to get my hands on this the game to see what's new. What else? Like, oh, and the earning as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't wait to start earning from this game. Like, because obviously I got a whole bunch of NFTs. I got one venue, so I got more creature NFTs than a venue. So obviously I'm gonna try and capitalize on all the NFTs that I have. The light paper, I'm super excited to get the light paper because obviously that's gonna have like hopefully it's got like renting in terms of like earnings from renting your creatures, how the breakdown's going to be when it comes to earnings. So yeah, I'm super excited for this game, man. I can't wait.
they
Oh
said the
man,
light
this
paper might
weekend.
get released next week, right?
Yeah, it's right here. Up next, Legendary Born light paper coming next
Oh,
week.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
be for sure be doing a segment on that on next week's episode of the pod.
Shadow and Chaos as hosts. I'll just be sitting there pressing the buttons.
Taking over. Hey, yeah, don't let chaos take over, man. It's gonna be crazy. That's why I call it chaos. A whole bunch of chaos going on.
9 days to go, and I think it's going to be Gala's first breakout title.
We should talk about this, right? The Clashcraft Studios. So it's no longer Kung Fu Factory, but now being developed by Clashcraft Studios. I guess
Still
that's
don't know anything. Like, really thought it was being developed actually by Gala until like 2 weeks ago, and then you try and Google Clashcraft or even get it out of the devs, and they're real tight-lipped on it.
My guess is Gala's bought the how many devs were from Concrete Factory, and they've made a new small development studio called Clashcraft Studios. And then basically Gala have said Clashcraft Studios are working on Legendary Born. So it makes it easier for like paperwork or legal work or whatever. Instead of saying, oh, we've got 3 devs working, they've got like Clashcraft Studios. It sounds more professional in that sense.
It's probably like, separate entity, for tracking salaries and things like that as well, potentially. Yep.
Or they moved the IP from Concrete Factory over to Clashcraft Studios because they're the ones developing it. It could also be that. We also have a Discord shout out from Nephilim Hoss to Shadow and Chaos right here.
Yeah, this like really blew my mind. I'll let you read it out and then we can go.
Hope to have some good news for you guys a bit early as well. No promises, but we appreciate you for all of you for your patience, especially Shadowknyte and Khaos. I know you have been chomping to get in and help share the game to the world. There you go.
Yeah, what a cool guy. He's not hidden away from my queries, demands, whatever you want to call it, for just for anything on this title. Anytime there has been any news, he's always been forthcoming with it. And shout out to him and Bitbender for really believing in the title. When Kung Fu Factory nuked the studio, they could have just walked away from this title and, probably would have had to do some refunds for NFTs and stuff. But I really think they believe in the vision of the game and how it can definitely, compete with games like Hearthstone and Splinterlands and Gods Unchained. So, shout out to Neef and, what a great job he's doing.
Fingers crossed for Superior. Get the same news as Legendary Born. Oh, Gods Unchained released on mobile a couple of days ago on Android. If you guys noticed that.
About that still.
Yep. So hopefully, Legendary Born in the coming months after launch could get a mobile version because it's fairly easy to pick up, right?
Unless they've changed like their plan. I remember when we first spoke to them, like when it was Kung Fu Factory. They didn't have any plans for mobile. It was just going to be a PC game, but they was going to look into it. But I guess based on like the graphics and actually the way the game works. It was difficult to do it as a mobile game, with, like, using the mouse
Well, I guess
to navigate.
before Kung Fu Factory said that it won't be a mobile game, but now Gala owns it, and Gala's all about getting as many mobile games out. If it's built on Unity, Unity has a fairly good system which allows you to put it to Android with lower poly count for certain graphics. So you never know. Maybe in the future we could see a version of that. And C Money is asking, Mr. Shadowknyte, are you going to be making Legends Reborn a video?
So me and Khaos have literally been messaging each other back and forth for like months, planned content for launch. So yeah, as soon as we can get our hands on the game, which is 9 days away, we'll be making how-to videos explaining what creatures do what cards do what, how to build decks, you name it. We're going to cover it just to, make people's barrier to entry as easy as possible. Hopefully we're going to use Smiling as like our guinea pig. He's going to be a newcomer to the scene. So if we can teach Smiling, we can teach anyone.
Chaos has already taught me. Play Poison Dragon, play Mushroom, pay Ant Lady, wait 5 turns. Easy win.
Hey, that was last year's meta. Like, it's gonna be a whole new meta. Like, so might be based on the action cards. Like, they're gonna have a whole bunch of new action cards, like hundreds of new action cards. So like, it's gonna be interesting to see what the new meta would be, what fun combinations and what fun decks we can create. I'm hoping to get a new hero, because like last time they released the Bard or the Bird. I forget what it was called. So I'm hoping we might get to see a new hero that we or maybe like a new creature.
The zombie dragon.
Yeah, the Onyx. There would be like, there was like a black dragon that they kind of teased us. Like, that would be a nice way to, like, if they wanted to sell some mystery boxes, or if they wanted to sell a new NFT, it'd be cool to get a new creature. I would definitely be purchasing that so I can test it out, bring it to you guys to showcase whatever new creatures or new hero. And the action cards as well. I can't wait to do a deep dive for the action cards. Good combination. Great.
We're going in deep.
Like the first half an hour.
That's the only way to go in, bro.
Yeah. The first half an hour of when Chaos taught me, was like, this seems kind of complicated. But once you understood like the action cards, the monsters, and like the hero abilities, it's fairly easy to pick up. But it's still complicated in terms of how you play the action cards, like turn order and like all of the other stuff. So it's a mix and match of like, you can understand it and get a gist of it, but still like building your deck. And then, as you said, new action cards, probably new summoner cards, and like maybe even a new hero. We'll have to wait and see what they have planned for release.
Easy to play, but hard to master. And that's what makes it amazing.
What's up, Tofu? Yes, you are first over on YouTube. How's it going? I did see Chatterbox episode 2, by the way. You uploaded it in HD. And I think doors are a natural enemy for everybody in every game, based on what you were talking about in Chatterbox. So if you guys didn't know, Tofu is the guy to go to for the Voxverse style content. Make sure you check out his new recent channel called Chatterbox, the community channel over on YouTube. If you don't go to Chatterbox in the Vox Discord every week, Tofu is going to upload it for the community over on their YouTube channel, which helps me out quite a bit, because by the time they do Chatterbox, sometimes I'm either in bed, exhausted, or at work, depending on which day it is. Let's quickly wrap up the last bit of information for ahead of the game. So there is there was meant to be an update for Legacy the game, but due to technical difficulties, it was pushed back. So keep your eyes peeled for when the new update or when the new patch notes hit, maybe a couple of weeks when they fix the technical difficulties. Also, galagames played Legacy last week, and they will be playing PokeGo this Friday, which was yesterday. I did manage to join for the last like 15 minutes because I couldn't sleep. So I was just like, oh, let me log in. I was like, oh, they're playing PokeGo. So I jumped in. Couldn't beat Ventit or Tiny with the last couple of hands, but it was pretty fun. It was an interesting experience. It was a pretty short ahead of the game episode because Bitbender was busy at Gala HQ, or I believe Gala calls it the Mage Tower. I think where the Wizard Tower, where the casting all their magic on blockchain, gaming, entertainment, music, film, whatever.
I like it. I like it.
Love it.
So that was the information that was covered in the game, but they have 2 more pieces of information, which is in Eternal Paradox, the Mercenary Tome, the Desert Heat, is now available on sale on Galagames Store. Only 1,000 available, and these are the mercenaries included. There's Ava, Rishan, Cheyenne, and Mia. And I don't play a lot of Eternal Paradox, but they say that again.
What did they go for?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let me go to the store and check.
I love that you tried to put a funky turn on Shane there.
On what? Oh yeah. I was getting the tickle that's happening, so I was like, shit, eh? But yeah, it's right here. So it's 4,000 E-time. If we go to Gala, oh, equivalent to the CA box, I guess 170, 180 bucks. The 244.
So the same as their first sale as well then.
Yep, and then yeah, so roughly the same, 170, 180.
Noticing the pattern with Gala bot sales.
When LR discount box?
Soon, maybe next week.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice.
Did anybody watch Well They Played Legacy? Yes, I did. And it was okay, to be nice. It was interesting, to say the least. The Poker Go one was way more entertaining, to give them props to that. That was a lot more entertaining. So that was ahead of the game. That is the Mercenary sale. We have a surprise AMA yesterday for Poker Go Play, which happened late Friday night. And there was a bunch of information leaked, which I didn't get to attend. But one thing that you guys should know, which I did find out by watching the Poker Go Play Gala Games play, is that in case you missed it yesterday when Gala Games played, Poker Go Play will have its own token and it will be in game next week. It will also be available on Gala Chain and it will be on Gala Swap. So that is huge news for the people that love to play Poker Go Play. It's going to have its own token. It's going to be on Gala Chain and going to be on Gala Swap, so you can trade it back and forth and you can do all sorts of things, whatever the game is going to have the token for to do. And I believe,
I know we spoke about it in one of the early episodes, you know, like how, you know, we obviously started off with like Town Coin, etc., 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 and then they switched to move to this representing Gala in all of their titles. So, you know, that's the coin for the whole ecosystem going forward. And obviously it seems like they are changing that system now. But I think, you know, it makes sense, especially now they've got Gala Swap. It makes it so easy just to change it for a different currency. It's you know, there must be a reason behind it, and there's an easy way to swap out now. So I think it's pretty cool.
Well, one of the main reasons they couldn't have Gala in all the games is like Grit, for example. When they tried to use Gala as the reward pool for Grit, it didn't work properly because of the emissions and what was going into the game and how the Gala played into the tokenomics or the gaming ecosystem of Grit. And I think they did try it for, what did they try it for? They tried it for another game and then switched it out, right? They tried it for, oh, I can't remember the top of my head. But when they ever tried to do Gala as the token for the games, it currently doesn't work out because all games have different structures and the model might not work for each different game. Currently, it's working for Champions Arena because it's a leaderboard thing and it's based on how much money you put in is how much you get out. It's also in Echoes of Empire, but now the Stardust to Gala ratio is insane. Stardust is basically like victory points in Champions Arena. I think you need like 6,000 or 8,000 Stardust to get one Gala, which is worse than Champions Arena, I have to say, in terms of the VP to Gala ratio. But I guess they're still testing in it. Well, no, Echoes of Empire has launched, correct? It's not a playtest, it's a launch. So they need to sort that out. One thing I do have to say about Gala is like they're doing everything else cool, but they just need to fix the economy models in majority of their games to make sure that it's actually viable for the players. And as I said, most of them don't need tokens. They just need NFTs. Make stuff NFTs, allow the people to trade NFTs back and forth. Resources, crafted items, raid loot, ships, mercenaries, anything. Just allow that to be traded, and that's how the P2E works. Also, if you want information about the Common Ground World meta changes, you can find it here. The star changes, the cash boost, and all the items related to that. And I think that is pretty much it for this episode. It's been pretty short because we haven't had that many announcements. We did have quite a few major ones. Example, Legends Reborn launch, Gala Swap, and the Echoes of Empire updates, as well as a couple of sales. But make sure to check out the giveaway and the previous episodes, episode 6, where we had 8-bit Tendies on as a guest, talking all about Mirandus. Any final thoughts, guys?
Don't forget about Lou talking about
Lou jumping in straight off, firing his shots, which was cool.
Yeah, no, it's a slightly shorter episode than usual this week. Basically, based on me and Khaos being absolutely wrecked, I helped my best friend move house today. So I've been doing a lot of lifting and shifting, and I am just absolutely beat up bad. And I want to grind some VP on CA before reset. But no, thanks everyone for stopping by as always. Honestly, 9 days to go. It can't come soon enough. I will be live pretty much all of my free time on Legends.
Like Khaos as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna be. Oh man, like I'm gonna be on that game 24/7. You already know me. Like when it comes to grinding, bro, I don't stop, bro. I'm too legit to quit. Like I'm trying to get to that #1 spot. I'm trying to get all the XP or whatever, the MMRs, all that stuff. Trying to collect all that action cards. I'm trying to collect that shit like it's Pokemon cards. Gotta get all of them. But yeah, so I'm gonna start streaming. I might do like a test run next week on the Walking Dead Empire. Make sure everything's all set up. Make sure I got my everything's working, and that's like good to go. So look out for that. It'll be my first stream. So make sure all y'all come and show your support. That'll be really cool. But then as soon as LR's launched on Monday the 11th, yeah, it's time to
I haven't given a time, right? They've just said the date.
Usually they're doing the evening, like for us, like be like in the afternoon.
It's normally like 9 o'clock, right? It's like 12 o'clock their time is like 8 o'clock our time ish.
Yeah, so they'll do it during the day, like just in case if there's any issues or if there's any bugs, they can fix it. They're not gonna do it too late.
They'll launch at UK time for me and Khaos, I reckon.
Yeah, you two are one of the major contributors. And also, Milo, it does suck that PokerGo Play is not available in half of the world. We can't play it in the UK. It doesn't show up if you go to the Galagames side. Like, I can show you right now. If we go to Galagames and then go to the game section, it doesn't appear because it's based on, it recognizes where your IP is and it's blocked on certain regions. So there is no PokerGo Play right here for us as well. I feel you, bro. You can earn only in some states. Oh, really? So even if you're in America, you can't earn in PokerGo because some states have negative rules for that type of thing? Well, I guess that's more information that we didn't know. Well, we don't have access to it, so that's probably why. But as I said, it is a short episode this week, guys, mainly because, as Shadow said, him and Khaos are knackered. I also want to grind Champions Arena VP because of that Gala Games Infusion event. And next week will probably be an interesting week because Shadow and Khaos are probably going to non-stop talk about Legends Reborn. So we'll see you then.
White paper.
I might actually flip my stream live now and just run some CA. If anyone wants to head over.
Can I raid you? I don't think I can raid on YouTube, can I?
No, I don't think you can. And I've not even got OBS open or anything, so it'd take me about 5 minutes to get set.
All right,
I think
cool.
I might switch over there, play an hour or two.
So make sure to go to Shadow's channel. You can find the link in the description. Also give Khaos's Twitter and Shadow's Twitter a follow, or X as it's called now. But all the links in the description. Make sure you do all the things you need to do. Like and subscribe, the good old usual stuff. And we'll see you over on Shadow's channel. Peace.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.